Greetings, Damon Barone, Alief ISD parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. At the October 20th, 2020 school board meeting, while discussing agenda item number 7, Director of Public Relations Kimberly Smith stated that the district went door-to-door for 3 days, specifically September 30th, October 1st, and October 2nd, canvassing the school district for what you all call missing Alief ISD students. Master Trustee Rick Moreno went on to state, if only one student was found during all of the district's efforts were worth it. During the very same October 20th, 2020 school board meeting, Alief Deputy Superintendent of Business Charles Woods talked about the district losing 4,000 students from the previous school year enrollment, and that the greatest concerns were in kindergarten through 6th grade. In fact, Mr. Woods stood at this very same podium and began crying because the Texas Education Agency was not going to continue funding the school district beyond the first 18 weeks of the school for the students the district claimed they could not locate, but still wanted the federal government to pay Alief ISD for kids they clearly were not educating. Fast forward to October 24, 2021, to a story that became breaking news all around the country. 8-year-old Alief ISD student Kendrick Lee had been missing from school for an entire year because he was deceased in apartment number 531 at the City Park 2 at West Oaks apartment complex with his 3 brothers whose ages are 15, 9, and 7 years old. Authorities said that 18-year-old Kendrick Lee had been deceased in the bedroom of the apartment since November of 2020, allegedly right before Alief ISD's Thanksgiving break. 1 year prior to Alief ISD, Kendrick Lee and his siblings' truancy from multiple Alief ISD campuses, during a December 18, 2020 Channel 13 news report, investigative reporter Ted Oberg interviewed our superintendent, Coach Henry David Chambers, and Anna Troya, who told her that the district had been going door to door looking for the district's missing students the entire year, which 8-year-old Kendrick Lee lay deceased with his 3 other siblings fending for themselves in an apartment that is 90 yards across the street from Alief Miller Intermediate School, 1.5 miles from Alief Albright Middle School, 3 miles from the closest Alief ISD High School, and 4.5 miles from Alief ISD Administration Building in this boardroom. As I drove to tonight's school board meeting, I passed by a huge billboard on Highway 6 and Alief Clothing, pastor / doctor / Alief trustee Gregory J. Patrick advertising his private school, Southwest Christian Academy, at 14880 Bel Air Boulevard within Alief ISD's boundaries, specifically at Trustee Patrick's church, alleged / home, which is 4 miles from the Alief ISD Administration Building and this school boardroom. 33% of Alief ISD's elementary students 33% of Alief ISD schools are currently in TEA's improvement required status because the schools have been failing campuses for 6 consecutive school years, with 2 more elementary schools approaching TEA's improvement required status, and not 1 tear has been shed. Yet you all stood up here and cried over funding because the district lost 4,000 students, and you all have to let go some of these high-paid administrators who have 0 direct contact with a single student, or some of these newly created positions Coach H.D. Chambers has created, but whom still have not improved student academic outcomes. You all also sat up here and cried because Coach H.D. Chambers' parents was right there in the audience during the September 21st, 2021 school board meeting, and you all campaigned for Pastor Greg Patrick to serve on this Alief ISD school board while he runs a private school 4 miles from tonight's board meeting, and he competes for the same students and parents, teachers, administrators, and the district blames TEA for not funding their education, while the pastor is charging those same Alief students to attend the private school that is at his home / his church. I have 2 questions for Texas. The Texas Education Agency, parents, students, and community members. How long are we going to continue to allow Alief ISD school board and the baseball coach disguised as a superintendent / politician to continue failing our students? And more importantly, at what cost will it take for someone to finally get involved and say enough is enough? The students, parents, and community of our Alief district deserve better. It is time for new voices and a new direction to stand up and take back our school district from these professional politicians, the Public Relations Kimberly Department, and fake advocates who have an agenda different from the Alief ISD school board policy, AE local. Damon Barone, Alief ISD parent, taxpayer, and alumnus, and I yield my 9 seconds for a moment of silence. Alief ISD parent, taxpayer, and alumnus.
Thank you, Mr. Barone. At this time, we have Violet Benitez.